Hello everyone, I am Manoj, an English language tutor at singlish2english.com. This video is about summary writing for secondary and high school students. What is a summary? Why do we summarize? And how do we summarize an article? Watch this video to find out. A summary is an abstract or condensed version of an article to give readers a clear and concise picture of the main ideas and arguments in the original work, and the final result will make up only about 1/3 of the original. An article summary gives the reader an accurate brief of the author's ideas by restating only the main points without giving examples or details such as dates and numerical data. There are 3 steps to summarizing an article. 1. Identify the main points and/or important arguments. 2. Paraphrase the points in your own words without changing the meaning of the original passage. And 3. Write the summary as a clear synopsis of what the author said in the same tone of language and point of view. Let's get into the steps in detail. 1. Identify the main points and/or important arguments. Read the article several times, at least 3 times until we understand it well. The first reading is to get the general idea and the thesis, that is the author's stand, of the article. Note the author's full name, title and keywords contained within, where the article was published to indicate the type of audience this article is for, whether it is for the public, academics, students, teachers, government authorities, etc. Date of publication, type of essay, whether it is a narrative, expository, argumentative, discursive, etc. Note the author's tone in the article so as to adopt the same tone of language. Ideas or arguments repeated throughout the article. Identify the key arguments. Read the article again, this time more carefully, and identify the supporting arguments. The title is an indicator of the main point of the piece. The author might state in the thesis by saying something like, "I believe," or "My argument is." Highlight the topic sentence of each paragraph. If the topic sentence is not clear, then note the key ideas in the paragraph to paraphrase later in your own words. It may be necessary to read a sentence or paragraph or entire piece more than once and ask ourselves what points keep coming up throughout the piece by way of discussions or descriptions. Then note them down. Do not focus on the evidence or examples by the author to support the argument. Instead, only take note of what the argument is about. To recap, summary writing is about distilling only the main ideas and omitting everything else, including evidence that supports the argument or opinion by the author. 2. Paraphrasing. After noting the main points, make it a habit to look away from the notes. That is, rely on memory and rewrite the author's text. Unless instructed otherwise, start every summary with the author's name and title of the article. Paraphrasing or rephrasing does not simply mean replacing a few words in the original article, a common mistake. That would be tantamount to plagiarism, which is a serious offense in the academic world. Instead, we should use our own words and phrases to explain the author's idea without changing the original meaning. There is no need to paraphrase each and every sentence of the passage. Instead, only use material that supports the points in the summary. However, sometimes for the purpose of continuity, unimportant details can be included to smoothen the flow of the summary reading. Use appropriate language. Occasionally, phrases like "the author maintains that" or "the article claims" can be used when presenting the author's arguments. If it is necessary to use the original author's words, then put them in quotation marks. This reminds the reader that the material belongs to the author and not the summary writer. Also, make it clear that the summary is a representation of the author's ideas and not our opinion of the article. In other words, we should not question the conduct of the characters or their motives. Let me know if you would like more tips on paraphrasing so that I can put out a video specifically for that. 3. Writing your summary. Begin by quoting the author's name, title of the work, and a reporting verb. Shakespeare in Macbeth explains. According to Shakespeare, in Macbeth he reveals. In Macbeth, Shakespeare describes. As Shakespeare vividly expounds in his iconic play Macbeth. To reiterate, when writing the summary, we write from memory so that it is in our own words. Then, when revising it, ensure that it is clear and the grammar, punctuation, and spelling are correct. Present the points in the summary in chronological order in the same sequence as the original article. Filter out definitions, dialogue, elaboration, statistics, irrelevant details, repetitions, and examples. Connect the main points with transition words, connectors, and signposting words. Use verbs and adverbs to set the tone. I have provided a language bank of verbs, adverbs, and connectors in my website, so do check it out. Once the points have been revised, it is time to check the summary for structure, tense, spelling, grammar, and punctuation errors. Length of a summary. The length of a summary depends on the original article. O-level students are expected to write 80 words excluding the opening helping words. I will show you an example a bit later. But first, begin your summary with an introductory sentence. Example, in Macbeth, Shakespeare explains, insert the main idea. Insert the points to support the author's arguments. Example, Shakespeare supports this by pointing out. Insert the supporting arguments. Final point. Finally, insert Shakespeare's concluding or last point. How to edit and revise your summary. Before submitting your work, 1. Reread the summary. 2. Read your summary aloud. 3. Where possible, let your peers read your summary. Fix mistakes and make changes. Based on what we have covered, here is an example for you to try summarizing these paragraphs. Use your own words, summarize the effects and characteristics of being clever. Use only information from paragraphs 3 to 5. Your summary must be in continuous writing, not note form. It must not be longer than 80 words, not counting the words given to help you begin. Clever people are described to be. Highlight the points. For the O-levels, we should be able to find at least 8 points to support the author's argument. Next, paraphrase the points. Finally, write the summary in the appropriate tone with accuracy and flair. Try writing this summary and then head on over to singlishtoenglish.com to compare your answer with the sample answer on the website. The link is provided in the description box below. Assessment criteria. According to Cambridge International Examinations, an excellent summary should satisfy the following criteria. Excellent understanding of the task by demonstrating an impressive response. All points in the summary are relevant with no unnecessary details or repetitions. The points are presented in a fluent and coherent presentation, including possible synthesizing where appropriate, and a wide range of appropriate linking devices. By following these steps, your summary should meet all the requirements needed to score an A. I hope you found this video useful and give it a like, share, and subscribe to my channel. See you next time. Bye-bye.